Here in the Commonwealth, there are hundreds of wastewater treatment plants. Their main function is to take in sewage and drain water, clean the water, and release it back into the environment once it's met government standards. There's one plant in Berkshire County which not only meets and exceeds those standards consistently every year, but its operator has also been recognized by the Environmental Protection Agency for her outstanding work in the field. Connecting Point's Brian Sullivan visited Great Barrington and brings us her story.
Every time we flush and every time we run the faucet, we're creating wastewater. The treatment plant in Springfield, which covers parts of 7 other neighboring cities and towns, takes in 35 million gallons of it every day. The city of Pittsfield teams up with 3 of its surrounding towns and draws in about 12 million gallons of wastewater every day. Great Barrington is a standalone operation, and their wastewater actually ends up here, in the Housatonic River. Of course, it does go through a rigorous process before it gets there.
If it's been flushed or gone down the drain in the town of Great Barrington, it's found its way here to the town's wastewater treatment plant, flowing in at roughly 2.6 million gallons per day. Now, that might sound like small potatoes compared to cities like Springfield and Pittsfield, but it's actually a substantial amount of wastewater, especially considering there are only 7 people on staff here.
As it turns out, those 7 people are not only good at their jobs, they happen to love what they do, and that's helpful since they're dealing with some of the most repulsive elements imaginable. One standout in particular is Assistant Plant Operator Paula Ely, the 2018 recipient of the EPA's Wastewater Operator of the Year Award. Is that a big deal? Of course, but not unexpected according to her coworkers. Since joining the staff here in 2004, after 10 years at the plant in Pittsfield, Ms. Ely is considered the glue that holds this place together.
Without the numbers that she generates, we can't do process control here. We can't keep those bacteria happy to clean the water. She is concise, she's accurate. I don't have to worry about the numbers that she generates. I have to report those numbers to the EPA, to Mass DEP, and I know those numbers are right.
Those statistics are derived by studying samples taken from the primary and secondary tanks outside, the grit separation, sludge, and all the way to the final stop here in the belt filter press room. In essence, if it passes through this facility, there's a good chance it will find its way to the lab.
As we all know, the toilets never stop flushing. People are always washing dishes. Things are always coming in. So there's always going to be something to do at the wastewater treatment plant. We sample. We determine what is coming in, the concentration of it, and we do testing to make sure that what's leaving the plant is going to be acceptable and reach our permit.
And it all starts here at the preliminary stage at the back end of the property, where large debris is removed to protect the downstream process as well as the equipment. This giant chunk is on display as a cautionary tale for people who flush supposedly disposable wipes down the toilet. Thanks to this multi-million-dollar addition to the plant, it gets removed here before the liquid portion of the treatment, which can be seen from up top here. These are the primary and secondary phases where the velocity of the wastewater is decreased and the biological process can take place. This allows microorganisms to consume the organic materials, which eventually convert it to more carbon dioxide and water. After the disinfection phase, the water looks like this and is actually cleaner than the river where it gets released. But this is just one half of the overall action at the plant.
Wastewater treatment can be really split into 2 parts. You have your wet end and you have your solids end. So we take the solids out of the wastewater and then we have to remove the solids from the treatment plant.
Those separated solids pass through a series of pumps, pipes, and processing before being pressed on these conveyor belts in the final filtration. These pressed sheets then fill this hopper here, which, when all is said and done, gets picked up by an outside contractor and driven off to Waterbury, Connecticut, and burned for energy, the circle of life. The entire building itself is extremely efficient, and seemingly nothing goes to waste, including the water. What might be lost on many outside observers of this plant that covers 32 miles of drain pipes from Housatonic Village all the way to here is that the wastewater industry began as a solution to a public health crisis. And plants like this one here exist not only to better serve humans, but also to protect all living creatures from the toxins that are found in sewer water.
Our bottom line is to make the environment a better place. And I think that when we do give tours and people come in here, they can feel the energy from all of our workers, and that they see how excited we are that we can make the environment a better place and a safer place for everybody to live in.